One of the worst things that can happen to a human being is to be in intense pain and suffering, maybe even dying, but alone, with no one there to comfort them, to be with them in their pain. Welcome to Divine Dialogues. I'm reading this book titled Night by Elie Wiesel. He survived the concentration camps, and he describes some of the deep moments of pain that he experienced. I'm going to read a few lines where he talks about when his father passed away. He says, "I remember that night, the most horrendous of my life. Eliezer, my son, come here. I want to tell you something. Only to you. Come, don't leave me alone, Eliezer." I heard his voice, grasped the meaning of his words and the tragic dimension of the moment, yet I did not move. He then goes describing how he was afraid of the SS guards. If he came to his father's side, they would come, they would beat him. And then he says, instead of sacrificing my miserable life and rushing to his side, taking his hand, reassuring him, showing him that he was not abandoned, that I was near him, that I felt his sorrow. Instead of all that, I remained flat on my back, asking God to make my father stop calling my name. The SS guards came in, they started beating his father. His father passed away, and Elie could never forgive himself for leaving his father alone in his sufferings. Elie's father is not the only one who suffered alone. Jesus, when he hung on that cross, he cried out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?" He felt abandoned by his Father. Why? Because he became sin. And even though Jesus had always lived in close communion, intimate fellowship with the Father, for the first time in his experience, in his existence, he felt that the Father was far away. He felt abandoned because he became sin for us. Jesus suffered this intense pain so that none of his children would ever have to be alone in their suffering. Isaiah chapter 49, verse 15 and 16 actually tells us, God asked the question, can a woman forget her sucking child that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hand. Don't ever feel or believe or doubt that God is not with you when you're in pain, when you suffer. He will never leave us. He will never forsake us.